Hey there, welcome to another recipe video. Today I'm making burnt butter brownies with chocolate and caramel chips. It might sound a little intimidating, but I assure you it's a really simple brownie recipe that you can adapt to suit your own taste. These brownies are super fudgy in the middle, a little crispy on the outside, and a really indulgent treat that is super easy to make. Let me show you how. Let's prepare our oven and baking dish before we start. This is something I always forgot when I just started out baking. Always preheat your oven so it's ready to go when you're done preparing the ingredients. Set your oven to 180 degrees Celsius and prepare your baking tray by lining it with baking or parchment paper. Set it aside for later. Now onto the ingredients. First up, we need some burnt butter. It's really easy to make. All you need to do is melt down the butter in a saucepan and keep it on a medium to high heat. Keep stirring the butter until you see little golden brown flakes start to form. Those are the milk solids in the butter. They get toasted and it smells and tastes amazing. You can use burnt butter as a substitute for regular butter to elevate a plain dish into something really special. Try it with some chocolate chip cookies. Of course, you can just use plain melted butter instead. You'll end up with amazing brownies, I promise. Once your butter has reached that beautiful state of toasty goodness, go ahead and pour it into a separate dish to stop the cooking process and so it will cool down faster. Chop up some chocolates to use in the brownies. I prefer cutting up a milk chocolate slab, but you can use chocolate chips or any kind of chocolate you like. Add half of the chocolate to the cooled butter. The butter should have cooled down slightly, but it should be warm enough to melt the chocolate completely. Mix the butter and chocolate together until it has fully combined. Next, add your sugar and mix until combined. Add in the eggs and vanilla extract. You can omit the vanilla if you prefer. I just like the way it smells and tastes. Mix this together thoroughly until it is well combined. Sift in the cocoa, flour and sugar and fold together the mixture. The mixture may be a little tough and at first you may think you need more wet ingredients. Don't worry, this is how it's supposed to be. Once your mixture has come together, add the remainder of the chocolate and optionally add in some caramel chips and mix it all together. Keep a few chocolate and caramel chips aside to put on top of the brownie mixture before you bake. The burnt butter, chocolate and caramel flavors pair up really well. You can pick up caramel chips from any baking store. They're reasonably priced and can be used in pretty much any baked good. Add them to your chocolate chip cookies, add them in your pancake batter, add them to anything really. They taste really good, especially in these brownies. Now that your mixture is ready, take your prepared dish and add the entire brownie mix to your baking dish. Try to even out the mixture as best you can, but don't worry about getting the top perfect. Once that's done, add the remainder of your chocolate and caramel chips on top of the brownie mix. You can skip this step and add all the chocolate and caramel into the mixture. This is purely for aesthetics. Time to bake. Bake the brownies at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Normally when baking a cake, I'd recommend sticking a toothpick in the cake to test if it's done. But with brownies, you'll find that the skewer always comes out with pieces of batter or crumbs still attached. And here's where it comes down to you. If you like fudgy brownies that's still a little soft in the middle, 30 minutes should be enough. You can test with the skewer to see how much batter or crumbs still stick to the skewer, but the less crumbs on the skewer, the drier your brownie will be. I would also recommend an oven thermometer to ensure that your oven is actually the temperature it should be when baking. They're relatively inexpensive and in my opinion an essential tool to have in your baking kit. This will ensure your oven temperature is always correct. I just recently moved and I had to use mine several times before I figured out what the ideal setting on my oven is to bake with. When the brownies are done baking, let them cool in the baking tray for at least 10 minutes. I know it's tempting to cut into them and have them while they're still warm, but they need to cool down enough so you can handle them, and I promise they'll still be warm even after 20 minutes, which is how long I could bear to wait before I could have one. And there it is, a simple brownie recipe which I've tweaked to elevate the flavors just a little bit, but you can take this recipe and make it your own. Try the burnt butter, don't try it. Add the caramel, don't. Add as much or as little chocolate as you want and experiment with add-ons. This is one of those recipes that are almost foolproof, so I encourage you to try it and make it your own. Let me know in the comments which add-ons you'd like to try, and let me know what I should bake next. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time.